Hello to any prospective Year 12s from St Aidan's, St Anthony's or other schools in the area. I'm Miss Wallace and I'm going to tell you a little bit about BTEC Applied Law and what it will mean if you choose to study that with us at Sixth Form in September 2020. As you can see, its full title is the BTEC Applied Law Extended Certificate. This means that you will study a course that is the equivalent of one full A-level. The official textbook is shown there on the right. That covers all of the content in the course. We also use a lot of other sources, including other books and also a lot of internet resources as well during lessons. So why choose law? Have you ever wanted to know things like, what is a life sentence? What is the difference between murder and manslaughter? Why can our government legally stop you meeting people during coronavirus from other households when we live in a free country? And how do you stop your neighbours' hedges from blocking your light if they refuse to cut them down? So if you want to be able to answer these types of questions and lots of others, then law might be a good option for you. It's great for those who are curious. So law is absolutely everywhere. You might not realise it, but every aspect of your life is either affected by law or has an impact on the law. Take the current pandemic, for example. We have human rights laws in this country. One of the human rights articles that we subscribe to as a nation is that you have the right to freedom of peaceful assembly. That means that you should be able to meet with your friends in peacetime, so long as you're not doing anything wrong. So why can't we at the minute? Because the Human Rights Act has caveats, and one of them is that the government can suspend rights where it's for the health and morals of the population. So obviously this is a national pandemic, so they can suspend that part of the Human Rights Act. So if you choose this course, how will it work? It's a combination of coursework and exam. So if you prefer not to put everything into just an exam, then this might be a good option for you. The exams are typed exams on computer and then marked externally. That's the same in year 12 and 13. You do one exam in each year. The course is therefore also modular. So for people who like to do bits as they go along, this again is a great choice for you. You do 4 modules over 2 years, 2 coursework and 2 exams, and you must pass them all in order to get a grade at the end of it. So what will you actually be learning about? In year 12, obviously, you have no previous knowledge. So we look at all of the things in law that make up the actual legal system. So we look at how laws are made, what role Parliament plays and what role the courts play. We look at how you take a case to court. So if you do have that neighbour dispute and they won't cut their trees down, how do you actually go to court? How much does it cost and where do you get the money from? We also look at jobs in the legal system. So if you're thinking about a legal career, you'll get a quick overview of the different jobs that you might want to go into after you've finished your study. We also look at civil law. So we look at negligence. So these are the no win, no fee claims. And we also look at non-fatal offences. So this is when somebody might attack you, but they don't kill you. So it's things like assault and ABH. In year 13, we then take a deeper look into both criminal and civil law. And you can see there on the right some of the topics that you will study. So you look at the powers that police have to arrest you and detain you. You look at the offences of murder and manslaughter, offences such as against property, things like theft, robbery, burglary. And you'll also look at what defences you could offer to why you shouldn't be found guilty of these things. For example, you were intoxicated at the time you did them. You also look at other civil law areas, so occupiers liability, that's when you're injured on somebody else's property, and nuisance. So that would be things like where your neighbours are playing really loud music and they won't stop and you can't get any sleep. So as you can see, it's a wide range of law. You cover a lot of civil law and a lot of criminal law over the 2 years. Grades-wise, the grades are a little bit different from A-levels. As you can see here, rather than the A, B, C grids, we have distinction, star, distinction, merit and pass. And this slide shows you the equivalency for points at A-level. So if you want to apply to universities and they are a points offer on UCAS, you will get the equivalent points for those grades at BTEC as you would for the grades on the right at A-level. How will you be taught? Lots of different activities. We try and vary it as much as possible. A lot of it in the beginning is teacher-led because this is brand new information for you. And then as we go on, you'll be taught how to study independently and to do legal research as you go on. You need a good level of reading skills because you have to be able to read and use legal terminology accurately and in detail as you go, both in your coursework and in the exam. What can you do with it? People go on to university to do all kinds of courses with law. Lots of them are law related, such as a law degree or doing something like criminology. But more people are choosing to go to legal apprenticeships when they finish as well. The BTEC gives you very practical experience in things like learning how to write solicitors' letters and case notes. If you would like any more information, then as you can see at the bottom there, please contact myself, Miss J. Wallace, or Mrs. H. Hoy, the other law teacher here at St Anthony's. So what do the current Year 12 say? These are some of the things they said they are enjoying about the course this year. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation. I look forward to seeing you in September if you choose to study law with us here at St Anthony's in St Aidan's Sixth Form.